planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
Where do you get off?
Just a couple of people who totally got off, bro.
Hey, show us your basement.
What? No.
Welcome to Show Us Your Basement. I am your host, Alberto, and I'm joined with Josh, Eric, and in the nether realm is Edgar.
Hello.
I have finally managed to get out of the back rooms. I don't even know where the fuck I'm at, to be honest. But it's no longer the back room, so that's good. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Show Us Your Basement. We really appreciate the, Thank you guys for listening. I don't know, man.
Jesus.
I mean, look, I've done this. I've done this intro countless times, and I just,
You have one job. Yep, we had one job and we made it so fucking
One job.
weird.
I don't know, man. Look, when it comes to these intros, it can be a little bit stressful, and I'm the only one who's making the intros for the podcast. Okay, so thank you.
Is it really stressful for you?
No, it's not.
Is it really?
I mean, sometimes it can be
Oh, I was gonna say, man.
to come up with a bit, or like, I don't know, to do like a little.
Seems kind of easy, you know.
All right, go ahead,
Hey,
Josh.
welcome to another episode of Show Us Your Basement. I am one of your hosts, Josh. And I'm with my other hosts, Alberto,
Yep.
Eric, Edgar, and we're gonna have a gayo time and talk about what's in the basement and what's greatness. That's all you have to do, man. You know?
And I don't know if
Jesus.
I like the gay old part.
That was pretty good.
That feels a little forced, but I'll
Happy
take
time, bro. It's happy time.
it. All right, yeah.
Come on.
I mean, we're not. In
Can we just go back to 1980s?
We're
Come
not
on.
in the 80s. But
You had
Bring
you had the intro. You were cooking there.
Yeah.
See?
who, Josh or me?
Josh was cooking right
Well,
there.
then, Josh, from now on, you are going to be doing the intros for the podcast. So, congratulations. You.
I'm gonna do it like that every time. You make me do it, I'm gonna do it every time like that.
As long as it's consistent, that's all that matters. So,
Consistency is key.
yep. Look, follow us on our socials. Show Us Your Basement. That's everywhere on Instagram, TikTok. I've been trying to post a little more, so you can go and check that out. I think I've gotten like 3 videos, new videos up, little bite-sized videos that you can watch and share it with your friends. We really do appreciate it. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Now, normally we do something where we talk about like movies and we rank them from greatness to basement and stuff like that, or we have a topic that we'll discuss, but tonight we decided it best to recommend each other things to watch on the podcast. We do this sometimes. It's been a while since we've done it, and we're going to go ahead and go through that one by one. But before we jump into that, I figured, it's been a minute. Might as well just check in on what you guys have been doing. Has there been anything that you guys have been watching? Josh, have you seen Avatar 3?
I have not, but I did watch Beau's Afraid.
Did you really?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Come on,
No,
man.
I haven't. I just wanted the and the yeah. No.
Screw
More
you,
of the
Josh.
reaction.
The same person who Avatar is great.
Well, you weren't there for that episode.
Avatar is greatness. I know. Where were you, Edgar?
Yeah, exactly.
I would have had another topic, but
You showed up like at the last minute. You like appeared in the background for some reason. So, but okay, so you haven't seen Avatar 3, but what have you been watching, Josh? Has there been anything that you have consumed media-wise since we last spoke?
Yeah. X-Men 97 is out, season 2.
It is out. Do we plan on doing a watch along?
Absolutely not. But we should.
That was for those who have listened to Two Brothers. When Josh was featured on it, we did a we went halfway through the season of X-Men 97 season 1 and realized halfway through we couldn't finish it. Like it was just beginning to be too much. Eric, were you there? I think that's when we were like introduced actually during that whole thing.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. It was my my what do you call that?
Your debut.
There, here's
My debut, my indoctrination, my swear in. What do they do at the frat houses that you go through like a what is that called?
Initiation.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You're initiated.
I suppose I was. It's good. It was great. It was awkward. I remember at the time, not just because I didn't know how to fit into it at the time. You know, I was like, these guys don't know me. Probably wondering what I know or don't know or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I had all kinds of things going through my head. So
you've come a long way, Eric. That's for sure. So season 2 of X-Men 97, Josh, have you been enjoying it so far?
Very much so. Yeah, it goes pretty hard from the beginning, and which reminds me to talk about our sponsor, Blue Chew.
Oh,
When you take one a day,
great
that
transition.
makes you hard enough.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to X-Men 97.
That's a great plug.
Wish they were sponsoring us.
Yep.
No, have any of you guys watched it yet?
Planning. We're finishing up the Boys, the final season of the Boys, but we will be getting into season 2 of X-Men 97 for sure. I mean, look, with the Boys, you got to finish it. I mean, regardless of what your thoughts are on it, kind of just have to see it
So far, so far it's greatness. I'll prematurely say that. Obviously it's all up to the last episode. It takes
Boys?
The Boys
are you talking about the Boys or X-Men 97?
Yeah.
X-Men 97.
X-Men 97.
Okay.
Yeah. And it does so far it has done justice to Apocalypse. So if you guys have read any of the X-Men comics, I think it's fair to say that cinema has not done him justice in the X-Men Apocalypse movie. But he's always been kind of like a background figure in the original animated series. They kind of introduce him. They show us his origin, and he's probably the most terrifying one of the, I'd say, top 3 MCU villains. Like hands down, top 3 MCU villain. I'm excited to see where they go with him.
Yeah, I mean that's a good pitch for season 2. I'm excited. To watch it. Eric, anything that you have been consuming since the last time we spoke?
Wish I had more to report. I've been very consumed with the World Cup. So it's ending on Sunday. So coming down to Argentina and Spain. I know this is not talking about sports. I'll keep it short, but Leo Messi, just 39 years old. He's just a phenomenal thing to watch. That's all I'm going to say. Unbelievable. They might go back to back. Well, it's 4 years, but it would be back to back, and which is incredible. It's never been done. Maybe it's been done once, but very rare. It's a very rare thing to watch a player at that level, at his age, leading the tournament in goals. And anyway, as far as I watched Obsession. I'll kind of withhold my review on that because I know Josh has not seen it. I have.
We haven't seen
it either.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I thought you guys had seen it, but I highly recommend all of you watch it at some point, and I'll allow you to decide how you feel about it. So, yeah, I'll let you guys but watch it because it's worth your 2 hours of time or whatever. I'll say.
Ooh, okay.
It's not quite that long, but I'm just rough guess. I think it's like an hour and 45 or something. But
It is the talk of the town still. I feel like a lot of people are
Yeah, I
discussing
mean-
Obsession still.
if we're talking about horror movies, it's got to be something you have to see to forge your opinion. Now, you know what? I will actually say I did see another movie a couple weeks ago. I saw Disclosure Day.
Oh, Steven Spielberg.
And
One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oh,
Ever. I would rather watch Beau's Afraid again.
okay.
Kind of felt like Steven Spielberg crawled out of his coffin and said, "I got one more in me," and he does not.
Wow.
And he needs to let it be. Now, I don't believe it tarnishes who he is and his legacy, not at all. But this is definitely just kind of one of these, this isn't the Chicago Bulls anymore, I mean, it's barely the Wizards, right? So it's unfortunately just maybe one of the worst I've ever seen.
Wow.
The dialogue is very unstable. It doesn't connect. They try to balance multiple storylines, that kind of are supposed to intersect, and it just is so awkward, cringy, poor acting, bunch of maybe B-list actors. I don't know if you even want to call them that. Maybe it was just bad movie for him. Who knows? I don't know what was going on.
That is.
So yeah, there was that. So I would only recommend you watch it to understand how bad it is. I wouldn't say watch it because you're gonna be changed after watching it. So really, really poor movie, unfortunately. Just poor quality. Well,
dang.
Didn't really have any interest in watching it, but now I have even less. So I feel like I get the feeling that this. Do you know about the Ice Cube War of the Worlds movie on Amazon?
I've heard about it. I think you talked about it once. I've not watched it, but
Oh man,
I've heard about it. And it was just like basically an Amazon movie.
I get the feeling that watching that movie would be more enjoyable than watching Disclosure Day.
I think you might be right.
Come on.
Because at least it's kind of you can't take it seriously, whereas Disclosure Day you kind of go into it thinking, okay, here we go. We're right up Steven Spielberg's alley. And man. Whew.
That's not good.
That's not good. That really feels like he should just throw in the towel now.
I think he
Which is interesting because Caden, who was on last time, he actually liked that movie.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
He said it wasn't bad. He said it wasn't a bad movie. So to kind of hear two perspectives makes me more interested in it. So it's a diverse movie.
I think hearing how his opinion about Sinners and then hearing the Disclosure Day is
I was gonna just say actually.
It's difficult for me at least.
You didn't even like Sinners either. You said it was Basement.
Oh, but I'm talking. We're comparing the two, right? I'll take Sinners over. I'll watch it over and over and over and over.
You're just taking the lesser of two evils. I don't understand.
No.
Sinners is not even evil. That movie is
because
great.
if we were talking about Sinners in our old format,
I don't trust what Caden says because he said Sinner in Basement. Oh yeah, I said it was Basement too. But anyways, I digress.
Eric was going to make a good point here, which is go ahead.
All I'm saying is if it was the old format, it would not have been in the basement, is what I'm saying. Where Disclosure Day is in the basement no matter what format we're using.
Wow, that's harsh. It's very harsh. Edgar, have you been seeing anything that's basement lately, or what have you been consuming?
I've been rewatching Spider-Man, Tom Holland's.
In preparation for a brand new day, or what?
Yep.
And
They still hold up.
I mean, these movies.
They
are
to me they're still to me they're greatness. I think it's one of the best trilogies for me.
Okay. Okay.
We'll get there, talk about it when the time comes.
When and if we eventually review all Marvel movies, Josh, right?
We'll get there someday.
We'll do that when Avengers: Doomsday is out on 4K and streaming on Disney Plus. Damn. Okay. Greatness, huh? Better than Sam Raimi's?
Come on, baby. Yeah.
All right.
We do both want to go see Evil Dead.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it so much, but yeah.
We'll hold off on talking about Evil Dead Burn. All right. That's enough for Evil Dead Burn. What else have you watched? Was that it?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like with Eric. I didn't do so much this.
You're consumed by the World Cup?
Yeah.
Is that what you... what have I been watching?
You did saw what's David Lynch.
I watched my first David Lynch movie. Yes. I am starting to expose myself to David Lynch. I don't know if I chose the right movie. Josh, are you familiar with The Lost Highway?
No.
Okay.
Eric?
Have you seen that movie, Eric?
Nope,
chance?
not familiar.
Okay. Yeah, it may be one of his probably more lesser known films of his filmography. I
What do
don't
you
know.
mean? I think that one's his most, like, at least
The
top
Lost
5.
Highway?
Yeah.
Okay.
But keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, so I started watching I am beginning to watch David Lynch movies, and started with The Lost Highway. I'll be honest, I don't know how to explain the movie because the plot is pretty out there, man. I don't know. It's a thriller, it's a drama, it's not quite horror. It's just a whole bunch of different genres mixed together, which maybe that is to be expected from a David Lynch movie. The camera work was also pretty good. I mean, the soundtrack is also kind of interesting. The use of the music throughout the film was also kind of interesting. I don't know, man. I'm starting to watch it because I love the Silent Hill video games, and they always talk about the influence that David Lynch has had on those games, specifically the dialogue and how kind of weird characters kind of come off when they're talking to each other. I don't know. Do you guys have, Josh? I mean, you're probably more familiar with David Lynch than I am.
If you're really gonna, so he's really well known for like out of the norm movies that kind of, I don't want to say don't make sense, but they're kind of like all over the place, I guess is the best way to describe them. Twin Peaks is what he's really known for.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys ever watched that.
Never watched it, but definitely know about its reputation.
Yeah. So great that they actually brought it back a few years ago. And then he's really well known for Mulholland Drive, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
Which was kind of a thriller. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, psychological drama type movie. But he's also one of those directors I feel like that are also able to elevate lesser known actors and actresses. Naomi Watts won Best Actress for that movie, I believe, too. And after that, what really has she done? But yeah, no, I he kind of like has that same style in every movie. You know, doing it from Twin Peaks to Mulholland Drive. Sounds like obviously I've never seen The Highway is what you called it,
The Lost Highway. That's what it's
The
called.
Lost Highway. Um, so yeah, no, I'm a fan actually.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, I feel like have gone this far in my journey of watching movies and not have seen David Lynch is kind of just criminal. I mean, I just have to expose myself to his filmography. So I'll probably report back with more of his better known works. But I just figured The Last Highway it just spoke to me. I wanted to watch it.
Did
It's
he
not, you know,
did he do the original Dune movie?
yeah, I think he did. I think he did.
I'm gonna Google it, check this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the original Dune movie, which is kind of a beautiful mess, I would say.
I've not seen it. That might be another movie I'll put on my list. Especially
You
with the
probably will not
new.
like it.
Oh, well,
I'm gonna just throw that out there.
it's still interested. I'm in my Criterion collection era right now. I'm trying to expose myself to films I've never seen or would not really expose myself to. So, that's what I've been
Proud
doing.
of you.
Thank you.
Proud of you, Birdo.
I appreciate it.
Oh.
I appreciate it. Still won't watch Back to the Future though. I'll wait until.
There's a criteria.
You're dumb. You're an idiot.
And
going.
we're back to the baseline. Josh thinks I'm an idiot again. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I've just been watching just that, and hey, I've also been watching Michael Bay's Transformers and 1986 Transformers animated film, which is a great segue to our topic for tonight, which is our recommendations for each other. Eric, you were tasked by Edgar to watch Overlord. Edgar, you have been tasked with watching
No One Will Save You.
No One Will Save You. Josh, I gave you a recommendation to watch a wrestling match from AEW Stadium Stampede, I believe it's called, right? Or I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And
That is correct.
Josh, you tasked me with not one but two movies to watch. The first Transformers film from Michael Bay, as well as the original animated feature. Who wants to go first? Or should I just go ahead and just talk about Transformers?
Go, you go ahead. Birdo.
Okay. Well, Josh, let me ask you a question. Why did you recommend these two movies? I'm curious about your mindset.
I wanted your thoughts on what was vintage versus what was brought out, I guess, modern time, even though it was what early 2000s. And I kind of wanted you to kind of compare the two, and I wanted to hear your thoughts, right? Like 80s cinema versus heavy CGI now type of thing, I guess.
Man, look, I just got done talking about David Lynch. Now I'm trying to expose myself to different kinds of movies. 80s animated movies, I don't really have a lot of knowledge on. I haven't seen too many. This kind of gives off vibes of like G.I. Joe and Masters of the Universe, that sort of animation style. Am I kind of correct in that, Josh?
Yeah, it was during a time where, action figures were ruling cinema. I think it's fair to say,
It is
so
very fair to say.
yeah.
Let me just start with Michael Bay, because first movie of his trilogy. Did he make 3 of these?
No, he
I
made
think?
like 5.
Did he direct all of them?
I mean,
I
made
think so.
6.
I don't know.
Did he direct all 6?
How many Mark Wahlberg ones are there?
I think there's like maybe one
Just
or two.
1 or 2, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then he did 5. Yeah, so
okay.
5.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And he directed 5 of them.
I'm only really familiar with the first 3 movies that came out. And I remember Revenge of the Fallen being a piece of shit. I remember Dark
You
Side
are
of the
absolutely
Moon.
correct about that.
Dark Side of the Moon is the third one, right?
Correct.
Kind of brought me back a little bit. The first one I enjoyed quite a bit when it came out. So for you to recommend this movie to me, having not seen it since then, honestly, I was kind of curious to see if my thoughts had changed. Maybe I would think it's terrible. Maybe it would be greatness still. And I gotta be honest with you, Josh, and everyone else here on the podcast. Transformers, first one, Michael Bay. I think it's I think it's basement, man. I think it's basement. And I'll tell you why. I can't stand the pacing of this movie. Every time I see the Transformers, I'm like, fucking awesome. My eyes are glued to the screen. The CGI is just, I barely notice it because it's very much like just all CGI and it has to be good, and it is pretty good. But then they go to like this conflict with the war and these soldiers, and it just goes back and forth, and it really does kill the fucking pacing for me. I just gotta be honest with you. And I just don't give a shit about Sam Witwicky. Is that his name? I can't even believe I remember his name. Shia LaBeouf's character in this movie, I don't really care for him being the main protagonist. I'm supposed to like root for him because he's kind of like a nerd, but he's not really a nerd because he can kind of stand up for himself. He can kind of like, go back and forth with like the bullies and shit in school. So it's like, is he a cool guy? Is he a loser? Is he kind of both? I don't know. I really don't care. Megan Fox is here to just kind of be eye candy. Let's just be honest. Not really great in terms of acting. But other than that, I think, and Josh, you may agree with this, when you do see the Transformers, when you do see the action, it can be kind of enjoyable. It can kind of be of a mess sometimes because you don't know what the fuck is going on. It's just metal on metal. To be honest, like, you don't really know who's throwing a punch. All you know is just explosions are happening. So, besides those little nuggets of moments throughout the film, I think this movie still it didn't win me over. I think it's basement. And it honestly tainted my desire to want to watch the other ones. Because if I didn't like the first one, and I remember hating the second one, I'm definitely going to fucking hate the second one. So, it almost felt like a treat to watch the animated feature because it felt like a palate cleanser from the Michael Bay movie. Josh, this was a good recommend, the animated feature. I really did like it, despite not really, I didn't grow up in the 80s. I'm not, when this animation was, sort of the hot thing and stuff. But I did appreciate it for what it was. And the voice acting definitely carried it. It was of a different caliber. The fact that, spoilers, Eric, I'm pretty sure you've seen the Transformers animated movie.
We're incorrect.
Oh, you have not? Okay. Well.
You actually did. You watched it at my house.
Oh.
Ah. Now I know.
Well then, spoilers for this movie that's been out for almost like 30 plus years. Optimus Prime dies in this movie. I was not expecting that. And Josh did. Well, before I continue, Josh, give me your kind of experience watching this movie. Did you watch it when you were a kid when it came out?
No, I did not. I actually first watched this movie 4 years ago, actually.
Wow. For the first time.
Yeah. So my son, just to kind of give you a little bit of a backstory into it, is my son really got into Transformers. We just had the TV on one time, and he's always been into stuff, but he heavily really got into Transformers, and we binged the entire cartoon series
Oh.
of Transformers. So if you actually watch the series, the movie takes place after the second season.
Yeah, that's right.
And to give you more context too, everyone dies. Like all these characters in the Transformer movie, they died. Like a lot of them die. Like you see like Ratchet getting killed, Starscream dies, Megatron is pretty much killed, and then he becomes Galvatron. Optimus Prime dies, and then you have new characters like Hot Rod in it. Um, you have Ultra Magnus, who's not in the series, who debuts in this, and the sole reason why they did this was to sell more toys.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense.
They wanted, yeah, they there was no point selling the original toys, so they wanted to bring in new toys. In order to do so, Hasbro strategically killed off a lot of the main characters and replaced them with new characters, without knowing that it hurt the franchise, because when they killed Optimus Prime, uh, children were actually devastated that someone as great as Optimus Prime would be killed off. And then when the series continues after the movie, there is no more Optimus Prime. So I really enjoy the story, the context, the history behind it,
Yeah.
as well. Um, I even like the soundtrack in that movie.
Oh, that's where it got a little corny for me. I'll be admittedly, the music would
Sure,
be a little
sure,
bit,
sure.
but it did have that. I was telling Edgar, like, I didn't know that this song was the touch.
You got the time.
I didn't know it came from this.
Yeah,
It
you got the
originated from here.
power.
I was like, that's cool, I guess. Yeah.
After all that's said and done. No? Okay. All right,
No,
my bad.
that's too much '80s, Josh.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah, the fact that they had the balls to just go through with killing Optimus Prime. Well, now that you also put in the context of like they just wanted to sell more toys, I'm sure there was a thematic reason as well. It wasn't just to sell toys, but that was primarily the reason. But the fact that they did do that was kind of crazy, especially for the time where it felt like all these heroes, these iconic superheroes, were just untouchable, and they killed off Optimus Prime. I mean, that's crazy to me. But I appreciated the animation, the actual scenes where like you're seeing these like Autobots transform, and you got the kind of goofy sound effect that goes along with it. I say goofy because I feel like they use these sounds a lot across all social media now at this point. But it is really impressive that they managed to kind of bring you into this world. They make you believe in like even the transformations when they're going from vehicle to Autobot. Like it's just, it was a breath of fresh air, especially from watching the Michael Bay one, which really does kind of make me feel like the only real way to make Transformers movies the right way is just take the human element out of it. You don't need it. Just there's already a rich lore with Transformers just by themselves in their own home planet. I was watching a little bit of Transformers 1, and also was kind of like, yeah, this is fun. I can see why people love the series. With the Michael Bay films, I don't know, maybe it was just some producer, some executive was like, you got to put fucking Shia LaBeouf in it or no one's going to give a shit about Transformers, which is crazy to me because, you got Optimus Prime, you got Bumblebee, you got all these iconic Decepticons and Autobots and shit. So, yeah, I think greatness for the animated movie. Basement, honestly, for Michael Bay. Josh, I didn't get your thoughts on what Michael Bay's first Transformer. Did you agree with my rating, or did you think it's greatness?
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. I actually remember hearing about Transformers coming out, and I was like, "Pff, Michael Bay, it's gonna be garbage."
Hmm.
And then I watched it, and then I was like, "Oh, this is actually really good." And then, you know, the more you watch it, you get really sick of the pervertedness of Michael Bay.
Yeah.
You get sick of the dialogue, right? Um, how American Michael Bay makes things to be,
Does yes.
um, and uh, yeah, he does a disservice to your childhood in a lot of ways,
It's not the first time he's
and
done it.
yeah, and yeah, he did it with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He did it with Transformers. He obviously milked it. Um, they are a grind to watch, and you talk. Eric talks about disclosure and how he'll never watch it again, and he wasted time probably watching that. That's how I feel when I watch a Michael Bay Transformers movie.
But that makes sense. To hear Eric say that about a Steven Spielberg movie, that's kind of shocking. I mean, jeez. What do you think his last good movie was, Eric? Steven Spielberg. Was it Ready Player One? Yeah.
Try to say that one more time.
What was Steven Spielberg's last good movie? Was it Ready Player One?
It might be.
Really?
Yeah, and that's been what,
Oof.
I don't know, how
Like
many years now.
9 years?
2017. Well, Ready Player One was what, 2018, 19, something like that.
2018? 17?
Yeah, it was. It's still fairly recent. I would say definitely that one. I enjoyed that one.
Okay.
Um, yeah, definitely enjoyed it. But got to move on from disclosure days.
Yes. No, sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. But, all right, Josh, thank you for that recommendation. That was not a time wasted. Well, a little bit, but still pretty good. I was impressed. I did not.
I prefer GoBots instead of the Transformers. So, that's where my 2 cents there.
You
You think they're gonna make a
That was a
GoBots?
GoBot.
huh?
Do you think they're gonna make a GoBot movie?
Directed by
Michael Bay,
Michael Bay.
yeah, my God.
the director that brought you Transformers.
Yeah, no, let's move on. Josh, you're a wrestling fan. I made the mistake of recommending Eric
One of the greatest.
one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time, and he completely fucking just picked it apart. And I figured, well, the right person should be Josh then. And I'm a little nervous because I could have recommended you any number of matches that you're probably familiar with. Stone Cold versus The Rock. I could have recommended you another Undertaker versus, Triple
Mankind.
H or Mankind. Instead, I went with a different organization. I went with AEW, which is the current competition for WWE, and I gave you a match that is a gimmick match. It's a match that doesn't really have anything to do with like storylines. It doesn't really have anything to do with more of a technical kind of wrestling, whatever. It's more of a goofy, sort of a fun kind of distraction match, I would say. And I knew what I was getting myself into, but I had fun watching this when it came out. I thought it was great. But Josh, what did you think of this match?
Goofy is obviously the right word.
Yes, it is. It is
Um,
goofy. Yes, it is.
it's crazy because I was like, I don't know. It's hard to be like thrown into something like this without any like context.
Yeah.
The wrestling that I'm used to is obviously it's something that builds up to a specific match.
Yep.
And I'm glad that you told me that there was no context to it because when I was like Googling why they did this, I couldn't
There's
find
nothing.
anything.
There's nothing. To be honest, there is, but they don't bother providing the details if you try to search it up. So
Yeah, it's I don't I don't know nothing about AEW.
Mm.
I know like little things. Isn't that where Cody Rhodes came from?
Yep.
Yes,
Right.
he was one of the founders of
He,
AEW.
yeah, he was one of the founders of it. Um, yeah, I don't know what the hell I was watching. It's just uh, the one thing I really did appreciate about this match was Matt Hardy.
I kind of figured you
Um,
would. I figured you would like.
and that made me laugh
Yep.
when they drowned him and he
Yep.
died and then he comes back to life and then they drown him again and
Yep.
his body's there and then he comes back to life again.
Yep.
I think that was hilarious. It's crazy to see Chris Jericho in this
Mm-hmm.
too. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, if you should retire, I guess you just and you don't want to, you go to AEW, right? Is
That's
that the
that seems
that's
to be
kind
the
of the thought
sentiment.
process?
That seems to be
Yeah,
the sentiment.
um, it's obviously um, I didn't care for this. I'm sorry,
That's okay.
Oh,
I
mother.
Honestly, that is okay. I think
I
Edgar's a
didn't
little
care
more
for this.
upset. Edgar's for some reason is more upset. He didn't even recommend this to you. I don't know why he's mad. But
Yeah,
I
it's whatever. I'm literally watching Matt Hardy drive like a car, a
it's
little
a
like go kart,
it's
and then
okay.
he's chasing down this guy, and this guy's like running for his life, and
Yes. Yes.
there's a scene where this guy's looking for another guy, and he's on a horse inside the stadium
Yep.
Fuck
looking
yeah.
for him.
Eric is
And
completely
then
lost right now at this point. You might as well
there's
just
a scene
be.
where
Sorry, go
Go.
ahead.
Go ahead, Josh.
yeah, and then there's another scene when they're in the bar, and the guy takes a shot of milk.
Yeah.
Another guy takes a shot of like Jack Daniels, and um, how is AEW around?
Hey.
How do they make money? I don't understand.
Look,
And
um,
I guess the go ahead.
I was gonna say for every goofy match like this, trust me, there are some classics in there. I didn't recommend it to you because I wanted you to see kind of not the ugly side of AEW, but I wanted to expose you to the more goofier side of AEW because there's definitely some classics where it feels more like what you're used to. But this one, I was kind of almost sure you were gonna think it's basement, but I was fine with that. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it, but I can understand why you kind of just, you thought it
Now
was goofy.
I will say the one thing that I did appreciate about watching this and the feel of it is it made me feel like the roots of WWE, like
Mm-hmm.
with the Attitude Era
Yeah.
and like the old school. Um, but some of the moves and some of the hits didn't feel natural, unfortunately. Like this is 100% staged,
Oh,
Well, no.
1,000%. Josh, did you know
you know,
wrestling is
and
not real?
no, well, I hate saying that, right? Because yeah, wrestling is fake, right? You know, but the thing is obviously, but the thing is like when you watch a good match, it doesn't feel like it's staged. They're taking the hits,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing the moves,
Mm-hmm.
like obviously, yeah, it is staged. Um,
Yeah.
but when you see the hits, you feel them, right? You feel the intensity.
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't get that from this.
not from
Is what I'm saying.
not for Eric because I gave him what is quite possibly the best match in WrestleMania history, and Eric just he saw right through the facade, right? Eric, you just like, what the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, but you should have given him context.
Yeah.
You should have given him the history of it, the buildup.
Wasn't there?
That's the point.
Wasn't there like a
I
preview?
think I gave Eric like a preview video for,
Yeah.
and Eric just also did not care for the story that was being presented to him. So, I mean,
That was something you should have given me.
Yeah.
But instead you gave me this.
yeah, that's true.
And and
When you
and
when you told me you recommended that, I was like, dude, there's Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros. The for the tag team the ladder matches. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this one with Cody Rhodes and his brother. That was
Yeah,
another
I've watched that one. That is such an iconic scene. That didn't feel staged. That felt like they were going at each other, you know, hard, And here it's just like
Is that
a lot
another
of the
sponsor for
hits.
Blue Chew? What was that?
It was hard.
Please collab with us, Blue Chew.
Yep.
Please like and subscribe us. Um, I Yeah, man. I don't really have much to say about this. Really, I
Okay.
just
Okay.
like.
I'm
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 sorry, man.
I'm 0
I
for 2.
appreciate the effort.
I'm 0 for 2 right now. But you can't say I didn't try with Eric. I did give him the best of the best. So it's not like I'm
You
recommending.
you did try with Eric, but you didn't try with me, and that's the thing that's disappointing.
That is kind of
Yeah,
true.
Josh,
But,
you watch this,
but look, the
and I'm
thing
like,
with the thing with Eric though is that I wanted him to get into wrestling. I had to give him the best. You, Josh, already seen the best.
Yeah, that's true.
I have to give you the goofy shit. You know.
give me a refresher, and I've seen only the Attitude Era. I stopped seeing it during just a little like future reference. I stopped seeing it after I stopped watching wrestling at the start of Ruthless Aggression.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So I rarely watched a lot of John Cena stuff. I've seen like elements of it, and but yeah, man, God, Basement.
Eric, I have a very curious question. Would you rewatch Disclosure Day again, or would you watch Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels again? You can't say neither.
I think I'd rather watch The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels again.
Okay, good. I'll take that as a win.
For sure.
I'll take that as a win.
Sure. I would rather you ask me to watch any,
Wrestling.
maybe not the AEW, but
Okay, all right.
if you give me some higher level
We'll start with
content,
that. Yeah. Okay.
I'll be there.
When Josh was describing the match, Eric, did that sound a lot like the plot of Beau's Afraid?
I think even Beau's Afraid is more entertaining than what I.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's fair. That is fair. Speaking of entertaining, Eric, you were given the task by Edgar to watch Overlord. Now, I have two questions before you get into your review for Overlord. One, did you have to rent this like you did Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Hunter?
You fucking asshole.
So I think it was available. I don't remember. I don't think I did have to.
Okay, cool.
I don't think I had to.
Okay.
No.
Well, my second question is, what were your thoughts on Overlord?
Well, for starters, I was pleasantly surprised by this movie, especially when you compare it to the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer movie. This had it. Yeah. Okay. This had a very, very good opening sequence, opening scene. It had a very intense feeling. This is set in the stage of the World War II era, so they were able to really capture the nerve-wracking moments as they're getting ready to drop off these soldiers into a war, and the kind of the build up to it, a little bit of dysfunction inside of the cargo hold of the plane. You could see, you could kind of identify who was who pretty quickly with their personalities, but it was good. The fighting sequences were well done when they landed. There was a purpose. They had a plan and why they were dropping into where they were going. They were trying to take out a radio tower to help get an advantage to take over the territory. I believe was in France or something. I think was it France? I think. And so there was a purpose, and you understood it. They had a mission, a goal. So you were immediately able to connect. Okay, they're on this quest that's very dangerous, harrowing, and so it had me roped in. And as the movie progressed, they started to unearth some very interesting mysteries about this place and what it really was going on there. It was more than just taking out a radio tower. This was about stumbling upon some crazy experiments that the Nazi regime were doing, and I think it is rumored that they were doing weird things during the World War II era. I know we were not around back then, but you know, you watch Indiana Jones movies, and those are also geared towards the Nazi regime looking for these old, ancient religious artifacts to get their hands on them, right? So it spoke well to that regime and their shenanigans and what anything they were trying to do to get an upper hand to win this war. That it was such a pivotal moment in our history of society, right? And they created a pretty good villain that really was determined to be the one, right? He was determined to be the ultimate human experiment and the power that they were looking to generate out of it. And it was done well. And I watched it from beginning to the end. I thought it had a very pretty good ending, pretty good build up at the end. You know, the acting was okay. I think that's somewhere where I would probably nitpick it. It was not. These were lesser known actors. One of them, I think his name is it Wyatt Russell?
Yeah,
It's
son of Kurt Russell.
son of Kurt Russell. He's not bad. He's you know, I think he was portrayed as the tough guy, the American. Not sure if it really fit his personality, but I think he delivered it well enough to deliver enough to keep me in. But like that's what I mean. Like if you'd had maybe a little more of a high-powered, profiled actor in that role, probably could have embodied it at a much higher level, which would have elevated the movie even more. But again, this is kind of like a lesser-known movie that was budgeted. It had very good special effects and practical. They had some really good body. I don't know if you call it horror that they had going on at the end that I was pretty impressed with. So I gotta say, I was impressed with this choice. I'm gonna put it in greatness, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I never heard of it, and so I always like getting a
Wow.
kind of a random gem thrown in there. And I know that Edgar really digs deep for these, and I don't necessarily think Overlord was too deep of digging, but you know what I mean. Like it's a deeper reach, I would say, than your typical movie. So I enjoyed it. It acted well. It had some crazy fight scenes. It was pretty brutal. They didn't shy away from the brutality, so they went all in on that. So it gave you kind of like that science fiction kind of Saving Private Ryan feel. I should say that lightly because Saving Private Ryan was a very hard movie to watch, not because it was a bad film, but because it was just the way they depicted the events were just like, you just got to think to yourself, like, we should be, though society isn't perfect now, right? I'd rather be here than
Yeah, no, that's right.
that. You know what I mean? So this was good. I enjoyed it.
Edgar, you redeemed yourself.
Thank you.
You went from Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Destroyer, to Overlord. Well, why'd you recommend this to Eric?
Well, there was a whole bunch, right? We had our list. And the movies that I wanted to recommend where they weren't streaming. It's like, fuck, okay. Now let me see our catalog of movies here. And Overlord was one of them. And I think I was like, okay, I think he hasn't seen it, right? And he hasn't. And I picked it out for him. And like he said, I think when I was looking up, and I think it was streaming somewhere. So I said, okay, you can watch Overlord. I thought he would like it because of the like connection to like the Cloverfield, even though it doesn't have any.
It has a connection to Cloverfield?
Supposedly, it was
Did
supposed to
you
be
see
a
that?
connection,
Eric, did
or
you?
was gonna be like
Oh, okay.
one of those two. But yeah,
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't see that connection at all. I didn't know that was a.
which was
I didn't
gonna
know
be
that was a
weird.
thing.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you made a good choice this time. I mean, I don't know what was going on with you. Why'd you have to recommend Vampire Hunter to Eric? But hey, look,
This is the guy we're talking about. He's like practically seen every horror movie out there.
I don't want to speak for Eric necessarily, but I know that Eric will be down to consume anything. I mean, he watched the Crow remake out of his own volition. I don't know why he watched. That was like the wrong movie to watch, but you watched it.
I also made the conscious decision to watch Disclosure Day too.
Oh, man, that is true. That is true. So greatness. Okay, that's. I mean, look, Overlord is a pretty good movie. I saw it when it came out. This was surprising to me. It was one of those films that kind of had like a bait and switch. I kind of wish they didn't spoil the horror elements that much. That would have been a very pleasant surprise. But I liked it. It was kind of like From Dusk Till Dawn.
In a way,
the second half was like, oh, here's the fucking the actual
movie.
Yeah, this is what is actually going on. So, yeah. Edgar, you also got a deep cut from Eric. I say deep cut because I feel like this movie came out during a year where like a bunch of horror movies
You did.
dropped. Like,
And it was during the pandemic too. So
during the pandemic, you were tasked with watching No One Will Save You. I've also seen this movie last year, so I'm familiar with this film. Eric, what was the thought process behind this recommendation for Edgar?
Watched this movie not that long ago, and so it wasn't. This wasn't a movie where I watched it and thought I need to bring this up in the recommendations. It kind of just came to me, right? But I was curious with Edgar because Edgar digs deep into his bag of what interests him, and he speaks a lot about directors and the dialogue of a lot of foreign films and things of that nature. So I decided to choose a movie that possessed almost no dialogue.
It did not.
And so I was just like, I wonder what his thoughts would be on this one. And that's why I picked it.
Edgar,
all right.
what you think?
Should I go with talk about the film first, or just give me my?
Go ahead and just give us your rating first.
All right.
Say whatever you want.
All right.
Yeah,
Start however you want.
wherever you
There's
want.
no rules here.
That's right.
This movie was greatness. It was really, really good. And I was telling you, like, it's probably up there next to, like, Signs. Because we don't have a lot of alien movies, like that.
We don't, honestly. That's true. Well, we do have one now. It's called Disclosure Day, made by Steven Spielberg. Go ahead.
But to me, this one feels like an alien invasion and everything that you want from an alien movie. So it's a greatness for me. I love how it doesn't waste time. It starts right away, right?
Yeah.
Within the 15, 20 minutes, you already get the alien, or you get two in her house,
Also, Josh, have you seen this movie? Do you care that we're spoiling this for you?
I watched it a long time ago. Eric and I briefly talked about this last week. I don't remember it because it was one of those like background movies, but I can tell you that I know that it takes place in a girl's house when she's by herself
Okay.
All right.
with an alien running around.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Not like I was saying, the 15, 20 minutes, you get it right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're invading her house. She's like hiding away from them. I didn't expect her to kill one right away. So I was like, okay, what the fuck what am I gonna get from the next hour? you know? But after that happens, right, she goes into town, and there's an overview, a shot, and you can see that there's circles in each people's houses, It's like, okay, what's going on here? It grabs you. little by little, little details like that. And the other things like what would throw me a little bit like a curve was like when she was going into town. There's a mail truck upside down, and there's no one. There's no one around. Like no one. Like what the hell's going on here? You know. So basically, like it's like the movie's trying to tell you that I guess little by little this town was being taken over by aliens. Except for her. Yeah. I guess they were trying to let her live in this overtaken little town.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because she ends up sort of accepting it, isn't it? Like towards the end, she just like whatever. Like,
kind of accepts it in a way, but they let her live. She's not in that like hive mind of the aliens.
Yeah,
basically.
That's right. Yeah.
So that like I like that. Like that I didn't see that coming towards the end. You know, she's happy. Everyone's like everyone's
like kind of playing along, right?
Like they like her now, right? It's like towards the like you get that shot. They're hovering over the town. All these like UFOs. It's like, oh, okay, so they're letting her live in this like.
Like this kind of
fake world, basically.
Yeah.
Reality, yeah. Because I was like, what? How's? Because after that, she gets attacked again by these aliens. So she kind of sets a trap, right, for these aliens that coming to get her and everything. But how Eric was saying, there's no dialogue. Basically, there's none. You only hear the clicking and then the noises that the aliens make. These are pretty good fucking aliens, for CGI and everything.
They don't get killed by water, right?
No.
I don't think they get killed by water.
So, I really enjoyed this film for what it was, like an alien invasion.
Yeah.
I remember, like you were saying, it came out during a time when I think it was during the year Barbarian came out. If that makes sense. 2023? Yeah. And like you were saying, there's a whole bunch of horror movies that came out that year, too. So that kind of went under my radar. I did see the trailer. I was like, okay, it's coming on Hulu. I'll watch it. But I want to say maybe Barbarian took more of that excitement. But when Eric was like, that sounds familiar. And so when I just looked up by the poster. I was like, oh, okay, I know what it is.
Yeah.
I didn't read the synopsis or the story. I went in blind. Like I said, I only saw the trailer, but that was it when it first came out. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like it's really up there, like with Signs, maybe District 9. You consider, well, that's like a different type of alien movie. Yeah. But this is like your more traditional. I
can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that comparison a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, they're different, but it's unique in its own way.
So I don't. Wow, yeah, I really enjoyed this film. What's going on?
Eric, what did you think of this movie? Did you also like? I don't know if you explained if you enjoyed this film. Did you?
I did. And I'm glad that Edgar felt the same way. I wasn't sure though, when I picked it. This wasn't something I thought. I wanted to pick something that had the potential to go both ways, because it was so. I think it's so interesting to think you can make a movie like that and have no dialogue. And to Edgar's point, he made an observation. They really do a great job at capturing sounds and visualization of what is going on. That's how the movie is delivered. So now I want to say Caitlin Dever, I think that's how you say her name, is in this, and you've probably seen her before. She is also in The Last of Us as well.
Yeah.
In the second season, I believe, as I think she's the villain, and she's very good. She's got a lot of potential to be on the Final Girl level with a Micah Monroe type of
Yeah.
I don't want to say that's where she's at now, but that's what she kind of reminds me of, someone like that. And so she did a great job at really having to utilize her physical emotions to deliver the words, to deliver the dialogue. That's
Yeah.
really what the movie is built around. Is she delivers a phenomenal performance with just her emotions and her facial expressions, and the way she moves through the house and out in the yard, and there is a lot going on. It's not often that you're exposed right away to something like an alien invasion within 15 minutes, but you're able to continue the movie and deliver this like pretty like haunting at times. There was a moment at the end where the aliens kind of continue to get bigger
Yeah,
Yep.
they do.
size, and they showcase one that's like a monstrous size, but it's a very terrifying, menacing creature. So, love a good alien movie. I think it's hard to come by good alien movies now. Right now, I think it's
Clearly.
difficult to deliver because it's been done so many times, right? And there's been so many times it's been delivered on such a high level. You think, well, how much further can you really go with this, right? So, very underrated, out of kind of nowhere, and it's very unique, And I really enjoyed it, and I was really happy to watch it. And I'm happy to hear that Edgar agrees. I wasn't sure, so yeah.
Go ahead.
Now I'll say this: like if it came out in physical media, I would have added it to my library. But I don't know if because it's Hulu, and I don't think it's never going to happen. But yeah,
It's kind of interesting that you talk about this movie. I forgot that it didn't have any dialogue until you brought it up, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. We actually just got done watching Silent Night by
oh yes,
John Woo, which is another film that doesn't have any dialogue. It's like very minimal. And I feel like No One Will Save You nails that more than
than this one.
than Silent Night. Silent Night, I felt like could have benefited from having some fucking dialogue in it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one is the opposite. I feel like if they'd had dialogue, kind of would have maybe tainted the film a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as impactful, or wouldn't have been as impactful. And so, I don't know, just thought that was interesting because we watched
A movie, yeah.
that just recently with no dialogue, and kind of disappointed by that one, dude. I don't know if you guys seen Silent Night by John Woo. I kind of would throw that in there as like a random recommendation if you ever have the chance to stream it, because that's another film that doesn't have any dialogue in it, and kind of a unique way to make a revenge film with no dialogue. But nonetheless, I agree. I think No One Will Save You was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun when I saw it. And to Eric's point, Caitlin Dever was just phenomenal in that film. The physicality that she had to kind of bring out.
She carries it because it's.
Yeah, there's a reason why they casted her as Abby. Like she did a fucking phenomenal job. Most of these were all greatness,
Except
for Josh's with the wrestling recommendation. Sorry, Josh.
I didn't get it. I don't know. That was Josh's.
But that makes sense. I understand why you didn't understand it, Josh.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, Edgar.
I know.
I don't know why you're more hurt about. You didn't even recommend this to Josh. Like,
I don't know. I didn't know what was going on.
I don't know. So, I think what we come out of this episode tonight is just don't watch Disclosure Day. You can literally watch any of these movies that we recommended, including Michael Bay's Transformers.
Including one of the greatest matches of all time.
Yeah. Well, and
I wouldn't say that, but
I'm talking about Undertaker and Shawn Michaels.
okay, all right.
Come on, all right, yeah, that. And you have a better time than watching Disclosure Day. We hope next time that we come together, we'll talk about Evil Dead Burn, and we'll have a discussion about that film. God, I really just want to.
Right, me too.
I want to just talk about it, but yeah. But thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. Josh, since you did the intro, go ahead and do the outro now.
Guys, that's another episode of Show Us Your Basement. I hope you guys had a great time, a gay-o time, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, nice.
Well, he forgot one thing.
What?
Eric, go ahead and send us off.
Picking the underdog Sunday, Argentina. Spain's a unit. I know they are. But I'm going with Messi. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.